The Committee on Parole is reconvening. It's 1:26. Would the offender please introduce himself and give his DOC number? You muted, Warden.
Sorry about that, Mr. Rozier.
No problem.
Matthew Stevens, DOC 388382.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stevens. Nice seeing you again.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I was on your last panel, right?
Yeah, October of 20.
Yeah. My name's Alvin Roche. To my left is Ms. Pearl Wise, and to my right is Mr. Pete Freeman. I'm going to explain the process to you again. You've been through the process. I'm going to read some information and verify it for the record. Then we'll give Warden Meyer a chance to make comments or remarks. And then we'll give your father, Mr. Jack Stevens, a chance to make his statement. And at the very end, we'll give you a brief period where you can make a statement on your behalf. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, you are currently, what, 46 years old?
46, yes, sir.
And you're a third felony offender. And your offenses are possession with intent to distribute meth, and you were sentenced in Caddo Parish on March 5th, 2012. You were billed as an habitual offender, and you got 50-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
On the same date, March 5th, 2012, you were billed as an habitual offender in Caddo for possession with intent to distribute methazone, and you received a 5-year sentence. Same date, March 5th, 2012, billed as an habitual offender, possession with intent to distribute alprazolam, and you received a 5-year sentence. All of those sentences are running concurrently, so your total sentence is 50 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your parole date was October 15th, 2020. Your adjusted good time date is April 20th, 2057, and your full term date, April 15th, 2058. All those dates correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, the last time I saw you, I gave you an opportunity to get some substance abuse treatment, which you really needed, and gave you a break because you had a full-term date of 2058. So that was 2 years ago, and well, actually 3 years ago. So yet you were backing up 38 years on your sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I gave you a chance. And on June 7th, the following year, 2021, I get a rescind form asking me to rescind your supervision and your release. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me exactly, why did I get a form to rescind the decision I made 8 months before?
I had, start from the beginning, I had, 10 days left in the class. I'm sure you already knew. I completed the program already and was told not even to go back to the class anymore. They had some guys that had like a week left before they did their 12 steps. So I was told to stay in the dorm, not even to come back to the class any longer. I had 10 days left to graduate. A guy from the work release dorm, which wasn't even around our unit, got caught coming in with a package of contraband. I did buy cigarettes from the guy occasionally. I did do that. I bought a carton of cigarettes from him a couple of times. I'll admit that. Everything else in that package that he got caught with, I had no idea about anything. He worked
Okay.
on the street. He worked at
Okay,
work.
okay, Mr. Stevens, let me read the description on the disciplinary. On the above date, which is June 8th, 2021, approximate time, which was 12 noon, Captain William Wise was investigating the introduction of contraband into the facility. During the investigation, several offenders were interviewed. Upon conclusion of the interviews and reviewing all evidence, it was concluded that DOC offender Matthew Stevens, DOC number 388382, and John Train were the intended recipients of the contraband that was found in DOC offenders Joseph Gaucher, DOC number 424-729. He was coming in from work release, as you said. The contraband included a half bag full of leafy substance believed to be synthetic marijuana, mojo, 7 cell phones, approximately 3 cartons of cigarettes, approximately 30 Caboxo strips, 2 pocket knives, and various other unauthorized items. Offender Stevens was written up for violation 30H. You pled not guilty, but the evidence was overwhelming and they found you guilty, and they imposed the loss of good time. Is that correct?
Oh, so they didn't take any good time from me. They took me out of the program and sent me back here. That's all.
Okay, so they removed you from the class. Okay, I see it. Okay. So you never graduated?
No, I had 10 days left, as I was saying, till graduation. I was completed.
Yes or no? Did you ever graduate?
No, sir, I didn't go to graduation. I had 10 days left in the program.
Therefore, you never completed the program.
I did complete it. I just didn't go to graduation yet. We were waiting to finish the graduation. We
Okay.
had it.
Semantics. Okay. I understand. So tell me about the programs that you completed since you were sent back to the state facility.
At Raymond Labor,
Yes.
I did Inside Out Dads, and I'm currently have 1 week left in Cage Raid. Graduate next week, Cage Raid.
And there's a note on the vote sheet, says if offender does not complete the program, automatically denied. And as far as I'm concerned, you hadn't completed the program because you were removed before graduation. Tell me about your disciplinary issues since that disciplinary write-up.
I haven't had any, sir.
You have a very poor supervision history. You absconded supervision in 201. You were revoked in 205, and you were revoked in 207. So why can't you follow rules and regulations when you're on supervision?
Just honestly, I had a problem with drugs and addiction. It's always been my problem out there, really.
And you saw fit to do business with an inmate that had cigarettes, knives, cell phones, and drugs.
I was what with the inmate? I'm sorry.
You saw fit to do business with an inmate that had drugs, pocket knives, cell phones, Suboxone strips, and you want to do business with that inmate.
I mean, I don't know his whole history of what he was bringing in. I know what I dealt with him on. I had no idea what he was gonna get caught with when he came in through the Sally Port that day.
So you've dealt with this offender before.
Yes, sir. I am.
Why are you in a drug program to try to solve your problems with illegal drugs?
Yes, sir.
My records show that you currently enrolled in anger management and Inside Out Dad. Have you completed those?
I've completed Inside Out Dads. I have 1 week left in anger management.
So tell me what your current job assignment is.
I'm general maintenance and Agent 3, power wash the showers. The days they don't GI, I power wash the showers.
Tell me your transition plan. If you release today, where will you work and where will you live?
I wouldn't be going straight home, sir. I have the detainer. I have the federal detainer on a possession
You have a
of
federal
firearm
detainer?
charge.
You have a federal detainer?
Yes, sir. The same thing last time I had. Still there.
Okay, and what was that detainer for?
Possession of a firearm by convicted felon.
And how much time are you backing up?
They gave me 63 months, 5 years, 3 months, and a lot of it, from what my attorney said, was counted from the 4 years I did at the parish. I was under primary federal custody with a green band at the time, so I don't know what's counted and what's not. I don't know what's left on my sentence, really, but I have a detainer on me now for it, though.
So basically, you probably gonna get some jail credit when you were in federal custody.
Yes, sir. I definitely will from the time I was at the parish, for sure.
Fort Myers, what's a 30C? What's a 30C?
Firing, that's normally conspiring to smuggle in drugs, tobacco, anything of that nature. Here.
And I see 3 30Cs on his record, one in 2016, one in 2018, and one in 2019. And this involves drugs.
Yes, sir.
One in 2021 involved with drugs. Ward Meyer, do you have any comments or remarks?
I mean, with Roche on this young man, I mean, it's obvious. Serious drug problem, serious issues with that, he washed out of Concordia. I'd like to see maybe one day Steve Hall program, maybe that one would fit him a little better. So this is, you know, we're giving him the tools he needs. He's not accepting and doing the things that he should with them. And until he changes his mind, until he decides that for himself, you don't hear me say that a lot, but you don't have to do that.
No, we don't, Ward. Thank you, Ward. Would Mr. Jack Stevens open your mic, give us your full name and your relationship to the offender? You still?
Can you hear me now? Can you
Yes,
hear me
sir.
now? Okay,
Yes, sir.
my name's Jack Stevens. I'm Matthew's father.
Yes. You like to make a statement?
Yes, sir. Matt was given a sentence that would break a lesser man, but he's endured it. He's older now, of course, and much more mature than he was when he came in there. He recognizes his weaknesses now, which he didn't before. He has a stable home to come on to, lots of family to support him. And I think he's ready to put all this behind him and live a good, productive life. I know he can do that, and I think he will. And I hope you'll see fit to give him the chance. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. We appreciate you being here today. Mr. Matthew Stevens, would you like to give us a closing statement?
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come back in front of you today. I know that I've made mistakes in the past, and I know a lot of these things seem a lot more serious than they were, but I seriously had nothing to do. I've never had a knife since I've been doing time. I've never tried to get a knife in jail for a lot of those things, 7 cell phones. I had 10 days left before I leave that program. I could do absolutely nothing with any of that stuff. I wanted to smoke cigarettes every day, true enough, but I mean, that's what I did. But all the other things that guy was caught with, I could do nothing with it in 10 days. I leave that place in 10 days. Once I graduate, they call my detainer and I'm gone. I can do nothing with that stuff. And, I know it looks bad because my name was mixed up in it too, but I take responsibility for being a part of the circle that I shouldn't have been in. That's all I can say, and I apologize.
Thank you, Matthew. Matthew, I gave you an opportunity to get the substance abuse treatment that you need. You received a disciplinary write-up, a very serious write-up. At the very end of the program, you was dismissed and you didn't graduate. We had 3 other 30Cs that involved drugs. Based upon a disciplinary conduct that's unacceptable, express opposition from the entire legal community, the judge, the DA's office, the sheriff's office, chief of police, and you have a history of drugs that you have not dealt with yet, my vote is to deny your request. Mr. Freeman.
I concur for the same reason.
Is what?
Mr. Stevens, I was on your last panel and I joined in the recommendation to send you to Steve Hoare, so I am disappointed. But I do want you to hold your head up. You made a mistake. All you can do is put one foot in front of the other and start walking in the right direction now. That's all you can do from this mistake. But I concur, my vote is denied too. I still see a need for long-term substance abuse treatment. You have moderate needs. And there's best wishes to you, sir. Just keep looking forward. Keep your head up.
Thank you.
Mr. Stevens. May I give you some advice? Have a meeting with Warden Meyer. Follow his guidance. Take his recommendations. He has your best interest at heart. He knows exactly what you need. Follow his guidance, and maybe next time you have a different story. You have received 3 votes to deny your request. Your request has been denied.